Hey, Brock the Roofer here. Today is Friday, May 29th. Inspecting this concrete tile roof for Mr. Baird in Estero, Florida. So we have a discontinued Monier tile here. Roof has had some previous repairs, and I'm going to take you just through a walkthrough to show you some of the things I'm finding. So there are several of the tiles that have, the corner breaks here. That is the most common area to break. Several have been repaired before, and even on this one you can see where someone had tried to caulk this back together, but it is separated over time, which is pretty typical. As I'm walking here, you're going to hear occasionally the tiles moving under my feet. Many of these tiles are much looser than they should be. So while I am seeing some older repairs, I'm also seeing tiles that are loose and lifted in such a way that is typical of damage caused by sustained winds. Such as here, you can see we have a crack that leads right to the fastener. We have several areas where there's loose tile. This is just an example where I mark some, and that is just chalk. It'll wipe right off or come off in the rain. But if you look here, for instance, I can take this one tile and look just how easily those move. Tile Roofing Institute states that you should not be able to lift the nose of a tile any more than 2 inches with any less than 35 pounds of pressure. And I can promise you that was much less than 35 pounds of pressure. So you can see some more breaks down here. So let's walk around to the right side now. So over here you're going to see some repairs that I believe are older repairs from the coloration. However, it could definitely help us with some more info if we could find out exactly when these repairs were performed. You can see where this was cracked, caulked back together and painted, which I suppose is better than nothing, but it's not a correct repair. Here's another break I didn't catch before. Down here you can see a break, and then another one that was cracked, painted. Some more of that here. And then up here, we've got some loose tiles, and then we've got some under the vent that were just set with adhesive that are actually completely loose. And I can show you a little better example of why I would consider these tiles loosened by the wind. So let's just move these. As you see, these tiles are fastened with nails. However, the nails seem to be out of their original position by about 1/4 inch. What happens is when these tiles chatter up and down in the wind, it works up on those nails and loosens them up. The more it does that, the looser they get. Now this roof is certainly more susceptible to wind damage in the future. The other issue that causes is as these nails are pulled out, we're opening up the opportunity for a leak during a wind-driven rain. You can see the older, this is what we call a 90-pound organic underlayment. Is what these roofs are covered in. Okay, so let's continue on. I'm here just to show you again. Here's another crack that leads right to the nail. Having pressure up against that nail, to me, says it was caused by the tile being lifted and forced against that nail, as opposed to being cracked from somebody putting pressure on the tile walking. So yeah, you can really hear those moving. Some more. Definitely not the worst damage I've seen in this neighborhood, but there certainly is some. So making it towards the front of the home now. See right down here in the valley, we got one that's got a couple cracks, been painted and caulked. And we've got several more down here. A couple more here. And up here. The issue with these is, of course, caulking a broken tile back together is not a proper repair. But the bigger issue being that with these tiles being discontinued, you can no longer get the correct tile. So you can't replace these tiles and still be within code, because they will not match, or they will be the incorrect profile. A good example of that is just to the other side above the neighbors. I'm not going to walk over there because I haven't gotten permission. But from your side here, we can see where someone had attempted to replace some tiles. Tiles are the incorrect color, obviously, but also the profile is slightly different. Can you see how these are sticking up a considerable amount? And you can see it again. Right over here is another one. So, of course, if you have a roof that, has a checkerboard appearance, it is certainly going to reduce the value of the home. And then here's another good example. If you can see over there, there's a tile that was broken, caulked back together, and is now separating again. That's why just caulking them together simply does not work as a long-term solution. So with the things that I'm seeing up here, taking everything into perspective, although there are some older repairs, there is certainly some damage that, in my opinion, was caused during Hurricane Irma. Typically, this would be the type of thing that I would recommend for the homeowner to file a claim with their insurance for roof replacement. Just give you another quick overview up here. That's what we got.